on the torch. He's a young man, Alfonso. He graduated from Cheney University. He's been doing such amazing work in the community. When I called him, I'm like, hey brother, I want you to host this year's event without no hesitation. He's like, Sadiq, I'm gonna do it. So Alfonso, I'm gonna pass down the torch to you, and you're gonna lead the way for us today. So thank you guys.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alfonso Samokai, and I'm a young youth leader here in our Liberian community. Today is a pleasure to be hosting this event. It means a lot to every one of us that's here.
And thank you for speaking Colombian.
Okay. So, to start the event off, I would like to bring up the Honorable Mayor Tony Capizano.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the great town of Lansdowne. It's an honor to have all you here today. It truly is an honor as mayor to be involved in this worthwhile, meaningful, and wonderful event today. You know, I'm so happy that the borough has continued to do this. This is our second year, and I want to take some time to thank again Council President Ben Hover for all of his work in putting this together. But it means so much because, you know, this is what Lansdowne's about. We respect and we honor people of different culture, different background. And this is what this is about today. And I can't be more happier and proud as mayor to stand here and honor every Liberian person here and in the community on this special day that they take so serious. You know, us as Americans, we take 4th of July serious. But I know the Liberians they take 4th of July serious too, don't get me wrong. But they have something else that they hold their heart to, and this is that day. So at least we can do this, and I'm so happy as mayor, again, to be part of this. And I wish you all happy Independence Day, and have a great time in Lansdowne. Thank you.
So now, we would like to raise the Liberian flag and also sing the national anthem.
Ready?
Stay right there. Stay right there.
Yes. I got you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bars
Wonderful, wonderful. And that was the national anthem by Francesca Matter. Next, I would like to invite up to stage Uncle Bien Kamara, who is the Vice President for the Lima organization, and he will be telling you about the Liberian Independence Day. So, Mr. Kamara, welcome up to stage.
Wow, what is an opportunity. I would like to say thank you to the organizing committee for such a beautiful and unique celebration. I've been in Pennsylvania for the past 7 years. I never have such a feeling before. Celebrating Liberian independence with my fellow American counterpart. History tells us that Liberia is a emblem of determination, hard work, and of course, men and women having a feeling, having been going through so many oppression, many years of slavery. After the proclamation of independence in the United States, 100,000 was being approved by Congress to relocate free men and women of color to where they originally came from. Between 1822 and 1843, history tells us that almost 5,000 free men and women of color arrived in the coast of West Africa that we call today Liberia through the help of Congress and a humanitarian organization called ACS, American Colonization Society. From 1822 to present, Liberians have been going through a lot, some positive and some negative. On July 26, 1847, through referendum, Liberians agreed to declare their independence, stopping the encroacher, the power of the time, for encroaching the piece of land that free men and women finally claimed to be their home. From that day, we enjoy freedom. We have been enjoying liberty with their counterpart, that is the indigenous counterpart, men like Kinsa Boso Kamara, Long Pete, that originally were on the land before the arrival of free slaves. We enjoy freedom, like I said, through the leadership of many leaders. The Vice President, Joseph Jenkins Robert from Virginia. And of course, our capital city is Monrovia, named after the 5th President, James Monroe, the 5th President of the United States. So today is very important because it created an environment where Liberians and their counterpart Americans found space to integrate and enjoy diversity after experiencing everything that men's supposed to experience to recognize life. From 1940 to 1980, we enjoyed the best leadership of President Tubman, one of the last free slaves that ruled or served as president of the young nation. We experienced economic growth almost compared to the economy of Japan. And of course, from 1980 to 1990, 2003, we experienced civil war. One of the devastating civil war that scattered Liberians all over the world. And 2014, Ebola. And personally, we are struggling with the corona pandemic. In as much as we are indebted to celebrate July 26th, we also want to recognize men and women that lost their life during the struggle of Ebola and of course, COVID. And we want to thank the leadership of LANSDOWNE, we want to thank the organizing committee, and we want to thank everybody for turning up. On behalf of my organization, Liberian Mandingo Association in Pennsylvania, our aim and objective, like I said, is to create a space where Liberian culture and American culture will be connected and create a space of enjoyment of diversity. Happy July 26th to everybody, and I thank you so much for coming out. Thank you.
You see, it's always good to have respect for your elders. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's getting hot. If anybody is thirsty, we also got water over there. We would like to recognize Aetna for donating a bottle of water to us. Next, I would like to bring up our auntie, Aisha Borlu, who is the Vice President for the Liberian Association.
She's not just our auntie. This is a pillar in the Liberian community. For our Liberians here, when we say Iron Lady, y'all know what that means, right? Yeah. This is the Iron Lady right here. When we need something, that's what we call. She make it happen, so we want to make sure we give her flowers while she's here.
Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Bolo. I first want to say thank you to our government official here present. To everybody, I'm very pleased and very happy during this difficult time and pandemic that we can still come out to celebrate Liberia. I want to say thank you again to everybody, because I know at this time it's very difficult. To our Liberian community here, I want to say thank you to you. The organizing committee want to say thank you. We know that Liberia has been going through so much. Right now, with the COVID, the pandemic, we have a lot of our relatives and friends. The Delta variant is ready. We are grieving, we are mourning, but we are also excited and happy to be here today to celebrate this 174 independent. As you can see, I'm wearing my Liberia earring right here. So we want to say thank you. LANSDOWNE, you have done it, and you have done it well, because I have been living in Abu Dhabi for 18 years. 1 year in LANSDOWNE, 1 year in Yale, and I have never seen this before. So I want you to give a hand clap to LANSDOWNE for celebrating our nation, because I know Nigeria, we do a lot in this community. We are here, we are voters, we do everything you think about. Our children are in the schools, we are in the community, we pay our taxes, and we do everything. And for the mayor and everybody to recognize us, this is a great, it's so awesome. Yeah. We are pleased and want to encourage all other communities, so please continue, especially my community. So the state representatives are here, my community, Upper Derby. I'm encouraging you, I'm motivating you, so please do the same, because we as Liberians, we are very important in this community. And I say thank you very much. Thank you to the organizing team. I mean, these guys, they are very great. They are so good, but we are here. Anytime you need us, anytime you want the Liberian community, we are here. We are your team. We are here to work with you. So anytime you can call upon. But thank you so much for such a great occasion. Thank you.
Thank you to our irons. Hello? Okay. So, and to Aisha, thank you very much for speaking. And next is me. I have a speech that I prepared for everybody. So, just like my Uncle Kamara was saying, he highlights some important moments within our history. But I also have some things I would like to share with the crowd. There is a belief among our people that everything was written out for us before we even took our first breath of life. Life is like a ladder. You meet people going up and you meet people coming down. The reason I say this for is because out of all the African countries in Africa, that little piece of land known as the Purple Coast would be the home to some powerful migrating people from the ancient Mali Empire and the Songhai Empire. But also, it would be the home to the African American, creating the nation's first African republic. The continent of Africa is vast and filled with a diverse population and many stories that build the world's understanding of itself. Today, I will share some historical moments that give a better understanding of the power of Liberia in West Africa. I'm pretty sure some of us here are familiar with the tragic history of the transatlantic slave trade that lasted from 1619 to 1865 and displaced a whole West African nation. Over 40% of the indigenous population on the Purple Coast, which is known today as Liberia, were enslaved and taken to the southern parts of the United States and colonies such as Virginia and the Carolinas. These group of people call themselves the Gola Geechee Nation and are still present today. Around the 1960 to 1970, the Great Migration saw the relocation of more than 6 million African Americans from the rural South to the cities of the northern, Midwest, and Western United States. If you paid attention to our Liberian history, you will notice that right before this Great Migration, Liberia was founded in 1847 by the African American settlers. Over 18,000 of our brothers and sisters left from the U.S. and the Caribbean to resettle in West Africa and live among the indigenous people of the land in search of liberty. We notice in our African history, there was always a fight for power or over cultural influence. We've seen this happen in Kemet and Kush, Ouagadougou and Mali, and in present day, countries such as Liberia. As our country broke into a 14-year civil war, many of our parents then fled for freedom and fled the country in fear of death. Many Liberians settled in places like Massachusetts, Providence, Pennsylvania, Georgia. So to speak to our spirit, I would like to recall, this is exactly how our ancestors meet each other again and again. It's a cycle. And I was happy to be born in this cycle. I was born in Worcester, Massachusetts, but I was raised in Albany, Georgia. And my mom made a decision for us to move to Pennsylvania. While here, I was raised in Upper Darby, I was raised in Southwest Philadelphia, and I was raised in Darby. These 3 areas and Lansdowne too, 4, they house the Liberian population. So we play an important role within this community. As a youth growing up in Philadelphia, there were times where life was hard because of the cultural differences. Yet I can say my African American brothers and sisters had taught me the true definition of brotherly love, which is loyalty, honor, fearlessness, and to fight for what is yours. My parents always told me education was the key to success. I stayed focused on that goal. I obtained my degree, understanding that this would impact my future, but also allow me to build a legacy of success. I'm glad to say I graduated from Cheney University, which is the first HBCU and the national treasure to Black America. During my time there, I was the president for Students of All Nations because I took pride in knowing our African and African American history. One thing Cheney taught me how to do was how to work within my community. So as a young leader, I'm taking the initiative to not only be a leader to my peers and the youth, but to inspire development in our communities and show the youth and my peers that they can do the same and create a positive mark in our community. If there is one sole thing I want you to take away from this speech, it is to remember that we must honor our commonalities in order to build a righteous civilization sustained by peace. We, as African people, have more in common than we can possibly know. From the language, to the tradition, to the spirituality, and the physical anthropology, they speak of the same culture with different expression. Change starts on an individual level. With a conscious mind and a clear heart, you can be or do anything you set your mind to. So with that, I say be free, walk like it, talk like it, and all your closed roads will be open. So remember that. Okay, next we'll be having one of my mentors, Todi Boli, come up to the stage to give a few remarks.
If you know me, you know I'm a person of short words, so true to my nature, I will keep this speech the same way. First and foremost, I do want to thank the Lansdowne mayor. Thank you very much for putting this together. Community certainly appreciates the gesture and the support. Staying true to what everyone else previously said before me, America has always continuously support Liberia through its ups and through its downs, and whether on the local level, like acts like this, on a federal level, with Congressman Scanlon supporting the Liberia Refugee Immigration Fairness Act that helps Liberians every day gain immigration and citizenship status, or even on the state level with Leader Lrtn, helping secure funding for organizations like ICANA. We thank our family here in America, and definitely thank our leaders for sure. So, and that's really all I have to say. So, like I said, I'm a man of short words, so thank you very much.
You see, we have a lot of powerful, active youth in our community. I'm glad to say I know them. They're like older brothers to me. I would also like to say thank you to Jawar and thank you to Sadiq, because they passed the torch to me. Next, I would like to bring one of my other role models. He left Liberia 6 years ago, and he's working on an international level. So, without further ado, I would like to bring Wanto Tia Wanto to the stage.
Hey guys, how are you all doing? My name is Wanto. First, I want to appreciate the organizers, Sadiq, Alfonso, and Joa. Those are incredible, role models in our Liberian community. They do really incredible work. My name is Wanto. I'm a Liberian. I don't want to give my portfolio too much, but basically I serve on the steering committee with the Department of Global Communication. And I'm also the founder of the Aspiring Liberian for National Transformation. Last week we just held our Diaspora Liberian Summit. Our goal basically was to create an array of conversations with Liberians in the diaspora on issues of importance. Success of that, we had Liberians from 21 states, and we were able to raise 2,000 plus and 43 plus scholarships, and those are the kind of transformational impact we want in Liberia. I'm a student of history, and I definitely know the tremendous history of Liberia in the U.S. And I think the president of the Manigo Association did a really amazing job. We, from the age of the American Colonization Society, founded in Washington, D.C. in 1816, to the first colony in Liberia, to the Commonwealth, where we had Thomas Buchanan, to then where we had the Declaration of Independence, where we decided to stage our own right of independence and sovereignty, to the crisis we have had, to the success we have bear, some of those success being producing the first female president in Africa, and to so many other tremendous things we have done. And those are unprecedented accomplishments that is unique to Liberia as a country. And I'm very honored to be here and to be able to embrace the kind of solidarity we have had with the U.S., the opportunities we have had here, and the kind of relationship we continue to bear, and the aspiration we have to be able to maintain those kind of relationships. So I want to appreciate all of you guys for coming, and I will just say this, let me put it in Kolokwa. Liberia is our common denominator. I don't know if I want to Kolokwa, but you too, bro. So Joa was just saying Yago Nima Yasi, and I want to Kolokwa na Nima na. So let me try to respect the congressional lawmakers and representative councils that are here. I want to say Liberia is our common denominator, and one of those conversations we had at the event was the aspect of dual citizenship in Liberia. This is a conversation that I wholeheartedly believe, and I believe is the best medium for expansive progression in Liberia, because we want Liberians in the diaspora and all of us to find part and parcel of our government, to be able to engage by create that sort of developmental pace, and not just, you call yourself Liberian, you go into the embassy for visa. Nah, we don't want that anymore. And another aspect is we have several challenges in Liberia. I want this event to inspire you, engage your counterparts, your American colleagues, your Liberian colleagues are here, and those that are Liberians by ethnicity to find means and go back and solve an issue. If you have a non-profit here, engage in Liberia. We have issues with education. We have at-risk youth. We have issues of teenage pregnancy. You guys saw that we have the rape. The first time we declared rape as an emergency. We have challenges in Liberia. And the only way we can be able to show true impact of our patriotism and nationalism is to be able to ensure that we can also give back to Liberia. And I just want to thank you all for bringing me here, and I appreciate being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Wanta. And next coming up, we have the Honorable Benjamin Hover, who is the President of the Lansdowne Council.
Thank you all for coming out, and I'd like to thank the individuals, the elected representatives from all the municipalities as well who came out to the event here in Lansdowne. I want to thank Sadiq Kumara for doing a lot of the organizing behind it, and also over the last couple of years, the conversations that he and I have had about the necessity of inclusivity in the community. That there's an important part that important notion that we all know in Eastern Delaware County. For so many years, lines have been used to divide people, whether it be between borough, township, city, different communities within those areas. And it's not helpful for our communities to have that kind of division. It's important for us to come together and work together. And I want to thank the members from Upper Darby Township who came. When Upper Darby succeeds, Lansdowne succeeds. When Lansdowne succeeds, Clifton Heights succeeds, East Lansdowne succeeds. That it's important for us to see Yeadon and Darby. We're all neighbors to one another, and we need to all be successful as a group together and work together for common interest. And one of the things that we see, and it's important, as you've heard many other speakers here have said, this area, our friends and family live within different municipalities. The Liberian community is in Lansdowne. We have a large Liberian community in Lansdowne. We have a large community of Liberians in Upper Darby, in Clifton Heights, in East Lansdowne, in Yeadon, in Darby. That families are interconnected across municipal lines. So when we think about things in terms of lines and boundaries, sometimes we forget to see that's not the way people live. People live in interconnected communities that cross municipal boundaries, and we need to work together. Personally, I'm a member of the Nile Swim Club in Yeadon. I live next to the Lansdowne Swim Club, the Clifton Swim Club, that I take part, my son takes part in Multicultural United at Beverly Hills Recreation Field. That's in Upper Darby, started by Liberians. So this is that connectivity and that recognition that our communities are all one. We work together and we succeed together as one. So I would like to take a moment, if I could, to have all of the Upper Darby Township council members, all the Lansdowne council members come up, as well as I believe Council President Darren Burrell from Darby is up there as well. And East Lansdowne as well. East Lansdowne council members come up as well. It's important that we all see ourselves together, that this is one united community working together, that we need to work together and be successful together. We have common interests, common goals, common families. We're neighbors to one another. We're friends with one another, and we need to be successful with one another. So thank you all for coming out again. I do just want to note the recognition that we have. I do have the resolution passed by Lansdowne Borough. This is the second year that we passed it. For the recognition of Liberian Independence Day, I'd like to present this to Sadiq Kumara. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben. I'm actually going to pass this down to my brother, Alfonso. This is for you, brother. All right? You did it all.
Thank you. Well, thank you to the Borough of Lansdowne. I appreciate this very much. I'm going to hang this on my wall. So thank you. Okay. And then next, we have Magdalena Byrne, who is the Vice President of the Lansdowne Council.
I'm always behind the camera, so you never see me in anything. But I did speak briefly last year, and I'm honored to come up today. It makes me so proud to be able to acknowledge not just my nationality, but yours and every other that lives in this community. So I will keep it short. Thank you so much I look forward to doing this for years to come.
Okay. And we have a few more representatives that we want to speak today. Next will be the Honorable Tangela James, who is the Councilwoman of the Lansdowne Council.
Hi, I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out, and I just want everybody to look at this as a first step, and I hope the Liberian community will be more involved in Lansdowne so we can see you guys other than just for your Independence Day. So thank you guys.
And she said that so we could be active in our community. I mean that because it's good to be active. This is something I learned on Cheney University. In order for us to have a good society, we have to be active. Next, I would like to bring Honorable Najee Tilasano, the Councilwoman of Lansdowne.
Our Liberian sister.
Hi, I want to say thank you to Ben Hoover, to Mayor Campuzano. Our community is a demonstration of what America can be. I am a first generation Liberian American. My mother is 100% Gola. My father is here, he's American, so I am truly an African American. It is an honor to serve in this capacity, and I just want us to really begin to participate in the community. If you don't know our store over there, Cinda Boutique, she's a Liberian in Lansdowne, on Lansdowne Avenue, with a store. So we can do whatever we put our mind to in the community, in America, in Lansdowne. Thank you guys. It's great to be a part of this.
Perfectly said. And next, I would like to welcome up Honorable Darren Durrell, who is the Councilman of Darby Borough.
Good afternoon. Don't worry about it. I won't be with so long. I'm going to be about 30 minutes. But no, I want to let you guys know that we share. I'm African American. I'm African American descent. It's as I always say, behind closed doors. It's not our fault that we don't know where we're from. So know that we open the doors for you guys. That we celebrate every single aspect that you guys have. We're all family. That's just the way I look at it. I like to do things by the numbers. So you guys got to hear this. So. The numbers in Darby Borough, it's estimated that about 25 to 30% is a Liberian descent. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's 1 out of 4 people of Liberian descent. I live in a row home. Both sides are Liberian. We're all good friends, and our kids play together. But Jawar Don is the one that made me open my eyes and say that, you know what? It's not about just that. It's about all of us all working together. And know this, that you guys are, I consider you guys my brothers and sisters. Sorry, Mr. Hoover, I hate to sound like this, but we're doing this in Darby next year too. You guys will have to migrate to Darby too. But no, I appreciate you guys. And these are all my brothers up there too, to give you guys a heads up. Thanks a lot. And then you guys better, any barbecues, let me know, because I don't get this girl's bigger not eat. Thanks, guys.
Well said, well said. And there's a certain wisdom being said. Everybody came up here and they're talking about unity. We can't rely on our skin color no more. We have to build upon our commonality to build a righteous civilization. Because we're tired of the pandemics, we're tired of the crime rate. We're just tired. Simply, we want a better life. Next, I would like to bring to the stage one of our leaders, Honorable Hafiz Tunis, the councilman representing State Rep Martin.
Good afternoon, everyone. And to all the Liberians here, my 26 is on you. All right. Just bear those now. My name is Hafiz Tunis. I'm a councilman in Upper Darby Township. My family hails from Bowman Hills, or otherwise known as Bowman County, Tubmanburg, Vi, Mende tribe. So not only growing up in this area and being here today is really personal to me. And I really wanted to thank Sadiq Kamara, Alfonso Samakai, and Jawar Don, because these gentlemen also, not apart from this, they've been pillars in our society. They're pillars in our society, so I really appreciate them taking this step. I also want to thank retiring Mayor Tony Campuzano for all the work he's been doing. Can we just give him a round of applause for being an ally? He's been an ally to not only the Liberian community, but the immigrant community, and that's the same for Lansdowne Borough Council under the leadership of President Benjamin Hope. So I'm really excited about today, and I thank you all for coming out to learn more about the Liberian culture. I was raised on the Liberian adage, one tree can't full a forest, right? It takes a village to raise a young person. And following the Civil War, many Liberians, they started in Philadelphia and they started to migrate to Lansdowne, Darby, Upper Darby. They migrated to Lansdowne. From what I've heard, a lot of them is they felt as though Lansdowne was a safe community for them. They felt as though Lansdowne led the way in economic development for them. And Lansdowne gave them an opportunity to have a second chance in life after escaping a brutal Civil War. So I think this is great for the Liberian community. I also work for the 164th Legislative District. I have dedicated my entire professional career serving Lansdowne, Upper Darby, Yaden, and Milburn. And this is why today the office of the 164th Legislative District would like to present this to Lansdowne, this citation for Liberian Independence Day. I'm sorry, it's kind of coming up, but I think this is a very important day, and Lansdowne is leading the way. As an Upper Darby official, just like Councilman Burrell said, we will be still in this. Thank you.
Everybody sits, I like it. Well, where you at, brother? Thank you. All yours.
Thank you for that, Hafiz. Next up, we would like to bring up the District Attorney, Jack Stolzheimer.
Thank you very much. I don't want to take long. I just want to thank you for the invitation to be here. You know, getting to be district attorney, you get to go to all 49 municipalities in Delaware County. You realize pretty quickly that what makes us great is our diversity. It's the different kind of people who live in neighborhoods who all care about each other. Now, if you don't know this, but Pennsylvania is not really a state, we're a commonwealth. Because William Penn believed that all of us have a contribution to make to this society. And if we do that, all of us are going to benefit. And the Liberian community has made already a tremendous contribution to Delaware County and to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So thanks for what you're doing. Somebody said earlier they're a first-generation American. I have to tell my story. I am too. My mother came to this country as a refugee from a Nazi slave labor camp. But we weren't able to celebrate our culture when I was growing up because we were part of the enemy. We were Ukrainian who were part of the Soviet Union, who was the United States' enemy. So I never got to do what you're doing. I so appreciate the opportunity to hear about and to see people celebrate their culture. It means so much to all of us to see the diversity of this world. And the last thing I'll say is somebody also mentioned that they're a history buff. So am I. And when you read the history of Liberia and the history of the United States, you understand that our histories are tied together. We are one family. You have had your rough times, so have we. We're all going to get through this together, one way or the other, because we are one family. So thank you for all you're doing. I think the best and the brightest of Liberia, if I may say this, are right here in Lansdowne and Darby Borough and in Delaware County. Thank you for the contribution you've already made to our community. And Upper Darby. A little bit of a politician too, so and Upper Darby.
Thank you to our amazing district attorney for those remarks. Next, we are in the 26th district here.
It's been a long day. Should be there.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring one of my mentors, like I said, my boss, my mentor, somebody that has been an ally to the immigrant community for a while. Like I said, a mentor of mine and a boss of mine. His district includes Upper Darby, which, as you all know, is a heavily immigrated area. Working in his office was one of the best experiences for me because I had kings and queens and all the other Liberian restaurants you could think about right next, Le Manding, all right next to his office. So, you know, I had the time of my life working in that office. But our Senator Tim Carney has been a great friend to the immigrant community. Like I said, he has literally put himself out there and has came to the community and said, whatever I can do for you guys. Like when I say he's participated in meetings with Immigrant Coalition of Delaware County. He's putting together COVID vaccinations for the immigrant community. He's going above and beyond, you know, to make sure that the immigrant community know that he represents them as well. And so we just want to, you know, acknowledge him and thank him because we do notice all the hard work that he's been doing for our community. So without further ado, we'd like to hear some remarks from Senator Carney.
Thank you, Jawar. I am Tim Carney. I represent the 26th District, which does not include Lansdowne. So on behalf of Senator Anthony Williams, who is your senator, he was sorry he couldn't be here today to join you, but gave me permission to cross the lines to come over just to say hi. I also bring greetings from Congresswoman Mary Day Scanlon, who also wishes she could have been here today, but she understands the way that I understand that Delaware County is this rich tapestry of culture. And I think that when I was running for the Senate and we had meetings with the immigrant folks, the Liberian food was always the best. On a personal note, I think, you probably don't know this, but I'm an architect in my sort of my day job before I took this weird left turn and got involved in statewide politics. But I'm probably the only legislator who's actually designed 2 houses in Liberia. For Sam and Lucy Greer, who are my friends and neighbors in Swarthmore, I said, why 2 houses, Sam? He said, well, we built the first one, my parents are going to move into it. So we got to do that one first. So I took it as a true Liberian story. But I'm really happy to be here to help celebrate Independence Day. It's great to see the flag flying on the pole here in Lansdowne. And I wish we had Jor with us still in the office, but he moved on to other things. He's a very ambitious guy. But it's really my pleasure to be here, and thanks again.
Thank you very much. And the next person I will be bringing up on stage, I look up to her. When I went to the Liberian diaspora, we had a panel discussion, and it was about women empowerment. So this lady I'm about to bring up on stage, she's a trailblazer, and she's the first person that gave me my Pennsylvania Legislative Black Caucus Scholarship. I would like to welcome to the stage Honorable Representative Joanna E. McClinton, House Minority Leader of the Democratic Party.
Thank you. Happy Independence Day. It's an absolute honor to be here. For those I haven't had the privilege of meeting before, I'm State Rep Joanna McClinton, and we're not in the 191st District either. But if you keep going down, you will hit that district. I promise you, it's a couple blocks in every direction. I'm so proud to serve my neighbors in Yaden Borough, Darby Borough, and on the other side of the invisible line of Cobbs Creek Parkway, my neighbors in West and Southwest Philly. I give honor to this group of men who put this program together, and if we could just clap for them one more time. Thank you, Joar, Sadiq, and Alfonso. This is a tremendous program. It's very meaningful to all of us, especially those of us who haven't traced back to know if we are in fact Liberian. We know we're brothers and sisters regardless, but it's meaningful to be here to celebrate July the 26th early. And to the leadership of Lansdowne Borough, thank you for putting this together. Can we clap for them too? For this mayor, the council president, all the council members, especially my sister friend, Dr. Taylor. I'm thrilled to be here. When I think about my connection to Liberia, I start with growing up as a little girl in the Gates of Heaven church body. The Gates of Heaven has a location in Monrovia. We have the Lena Thomas homes that was built in the last 10 years. We have a very strong population in our church community of Liberians, from Pastor Adatus Adi and so many others. But beyond that, to think that now I'm blessed enough to be my neighbor's voice in Harrisburg. I serve the largest group of West African. Hallelujah. So grateful to have you as my neighbors in the 191st District between all of these boroughs. And of course, even on the Philadelphia side, I'm so proud to go to Woodland Avenue and come out looking like I'm going to Monrovia. I'm so proud to be able to support you in every single step of the way, from scholarships when you were a Cheney student to opportunities. And I look forward to us not just building, but working together. Because as we look at your history and look at what's going on in this nation right now, we should all be concerned. We should be concerned about people trying to throw our votes out. We should be concerned about folks trying to say our voices don't matter, our lives don't matter, that violence can just go on and nothing is happening. And we should be working together to build up together. So many things we need in this day and age. We don't know what could happen in this country as we think back to January the 6th. It was not long ago, it was a couple months. It was a couple of months ago. So we have to be vigilant and fighting for each other and being one. Can you say one? One. That's right. We've got to fight for each other and be one. And I'll end with this. I'm so proud to present a citation to the folks who put this together. I'm not going to read it because we heard the history from our uncle and our auntie, and it goes into all that. I'm not going to repeat it, but I do want to say that the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania takes great pride in recognizing individuals and groups who celebrate independence, and Liberian Independence Day commemorates Liberia's independence from the United Nations on July 26th of 1847, and this citation is presented to the organizers, Alfonso and Sadiq, to celebrate Liberian independence here today in Lansdowne. And of course, Joar. They didn't give me the right details.
So everybody, thank you very much for coming today. It's Independence Day. It not only means a lot to me, but it means a lot to the community right now, because this is the beginning of community building. I hope when everybody leave from here today, y'all remember that we should build upon our commonalities. As Representative McClinton said, we don't know what would happen to us in the end, but what we do know is that we should be working together, because remember, it's always good for you to love thy neighbor as thyself. And I will be handing it over to Sadiq Kamara.
It's hot, so I'm not going to hold you guys up. So I just want to again thank everybody for coming here today, from the local leaders to the organizations out here to the state leaders and the DA, everybody for coming out here. This really, really means a lot to me. I started this last year, and we're going to continue. I want to just leave with this: as long as I'm alive and well, I'm going to continue to breach that gap between the immigrant community and everybody else here. So thank you guys again for coming out. I truly, truly appreciate you guys. When I emailed you guys and called you guys without no hesitation, everybody's like, Sadiq, we're coming. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And just to mention, next year is going to be different, just to let y'all know, because we're going to bring the traditional dances out here. We're going to bring Liberia to America, just to let y'all know. Next time, we're going to have the food. We will do it by tradition. Don't worry. So now, we're about to have the socializing moment. Y'all can go ahead and grab some food, drink some water, and hydrate your body. Thank you, everybody. Love y'all, and y'all be safe.